So, some kind of unfortunate news for the NBA. Two games have been postponed. The Pelicans versus the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics versus the Chicago Bulls have been postponed due to COVID. So these changes came one day after the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics were postponed when the Celtics only had 8 players to play the game and they ruled out 7. Um, this increases the postponed games of the NBA season to 4 now. Three straight days of postponement in the NBA. The Mavericks did not have the minimum 8 players to play against the New Orleans Pelicans, and the NBA PA will meet Monday to modify the NBA league's health and safety protocols. The Mavericks are without Maxi Kleber due to COVID, and they are without Josh Richardson, Jalen Brunson, and Dorian Finney-Smith due to already being ruled out prior. And this was written by ESPN news sources. So I'll start off with you, Nate. What do you think about these 2 games being postponed?
Yeah, I'm glad the NBA and the NBA Players Association are meeting up to talk about these issues. At least they're addressing it early. That was my biggest complaint with the NFL. The NFL didn't. I mean, they had a plan, but it wasn't effective, and it didn't. It took them too long for them to figure out a solution. The NBA is going right to it because they realized that only the NFL, where they play 16 games, they got 72 games to play out this year, and they, already out of those 72 games, four of them are already canceled. So with that said, they're meeting up early. They're trying to fix everything. Now, is it all on COVID? No, like you said, there are some players that were ruled out before all this, most likely due to injury. So with that said, I gotta give credit to the NBA for meeting up with the Players Association and figuring out what to do from here with the health issues.
Yeah, and just a reminder to everybody else, the reason why the Boston Celtics game was postponed, it was due to COVID. The biggest name, Jason Tatum, had it, I believe. He got tested positive.
Yeah, he was like quarantined.
Yeah, and there were a few other players on that team who also tested positive for COVID, I believe. So that's the reason why Boston is not playing. I already explained why the Mavericks and Pelicans ain't playing. First of all, before I say anything, I just hope that the people with COVID, I just hope they have a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
I don't know how everybody's body reacts different to it, and I just hope that they can make a speedy recovery and be able to play. See, I kind of expected this coming. You did, I did. We expected this, especially the fact that the NBA was rushing this season to begin with. You
Absolutely.
know, they were rushing it due to the fact that they needed to get the season done before the Summer Olympics started, and they were rushing it for all these types of reasons and everything like that. No training camp. So, and this was COVID is the biggest problem in the NBA right now because the more COVID cases that happen, the more games that get postponed, the later on the season goes.
And the harder it becomes to reschedule those games.
Exactly, and then the longer it goes, the longer that this season goes on, and the longer this season goes on, who knows if it'll go through the Olympics? We don't know.
Absolutely.
So I'm hoping that it doesn't. I mean, I love the Summer Olympics. I love watching them. I love seeing all these athletes and competitors from across the world compete for in order to win gold for their country that they're uh doing the sport for.
Representing.
I absolutely want to see that. But the NBA is going to have to change its policy. I'm happy that they're doing it early, opposed to
Right.
later on that the NFL did. We've played probably 10 games right now in the NBA season. 10 games have already been played each by every team probably right now. So I'm glad they're doing this early. There's still another 60 games left or 62 games left.
For each team.
So exactly. So I'm glad that they're doing this early. I'm glad that the not NFL, excuse me, NBA Players Association will meet, and I'm glad they're about to make changes to this policy because right now it's just not working. We expect the games to be postponed. We expect the COVID to be a big issue in the NBA due to the fact that everything's being rushed and everything is and there's more games being played throughout the NBA, so a lot of people are more destined to get it and catch it.
Right.
Right now, I think I'm going to be honest with you. Despite the 3 days straight of postponement, I think the NBA has done a pretty decent job so far. And this is going to be Adam Silver's biggest test, okay? And he's had a lot of them. Don't get me wrong. He's had the Donald Sterling case he had to work on when with the Clippers.
Right.
He's had the All-Star fix he had to do. There's been a lot of problems. the Black Lives Matter movement and everything like that, and how to support it and how to, you know what I'm saying? So he's had a lot of issues to work through, but this is the biggest one. And the reason why I say this is the biggest one, because now we're going to test how well Adam Silver is going to handle this situation in a quick amount of time. Because with COVID, you don't have a lot of time to make a decision. You need to make it ASAP because you have a season going forward.
Right.
So this is Adam Silver's biggest test, and I can't wait to see how he answers. So far, every other challenge and every other test that he's had, he's passed with flying colors. Now I want to see what he does with this. But I still do have trust in Adam Silver. I think he is the best commissioner in sports. Me and you have said it millions and millions of times. He is definitely one of the best commissioners in sports, if not the best. And I can't wait to see what he does to improve the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also got to remember the NHL season's about to start, I think, in a week.
Right.
And the MLB season, the MLB season's still pending. We don't know if they're going to start in April or not. But with that, and even when they were doing it, they were Rob Manfred was doing a relatively good job too. But either way, whether he was or not, I want those 2 weeks to start taking notes too, and make sure they don't make the same mistake that the NFL did.
Right, and I think that the NHL is going to have the same problems the NBA is, except I think the NHL is going to have a better job due to the fact that you don't have to rush this. The season don't have to be rushed because hockey's not played in the Summer Olympics. You don't got to rush it. You can take your time with it, and you have more time to decide. Adam Silver, it's not so much, but I do have faith in Adam Silver and his ability to run a league, and I can't wait to see what he does to improve the NBA and improve this league.